Hello, I'm the xToyCat and welcome back to another feature preview. Feature previews are a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you features that are going to be included within the next major update coming out for Minecraft on the console. The way I can do this is by showing you Minecraft PC gameplay of the equivalent update and, actually showing you the feature rather than just, letting you see a screenshot and going, oh yeah, they're pretty cool like that. Instead, today I'm going to be showing you how these work in person, showing you around the whole thing, and hopefully giving you a better understanding of both the end islands, the end ships, and, the end cities, and also the end ships, as we've got one up there. So yeah, that's what I'm doing in today's video. Hopefully you all do enjoy the feature previews. If you do enjoy them, like them, let me know because it helps out the channel a lot and lets know you do like this sort of thing. But with that said, yeah, there's going to be a whole playlist of feature previews linked down below. I've covered stuff like, arrows and, elytras and stuff. If you want to learn about any of those things, you can check that playlist out. However, if you want to learn about the end cities, because that's what we're here for today, then I'm going to get straight into that right now because basically end cities are found on end islands. These end islands are then found themselves quite some distance out from the main end island that exists right now because, yeah, basically when you go to the end right now, there's just the one kind of big end mass where you fight the Ender Dragon and then you're kind of done. After this update, you'll fight the Ender Dragon and then he'll spawn some end gateways. If you use an Ender Pearl to get into either of these end gateways, it'll teleport you out to these islands. And again, this is a several hundred block gap. You can actually bridge it yourself, but you really wouldn't want to, because let me just show you on screen right now to kind of give you a visualization. That's how big the gap is between the main end island and then the big first ring of them. So obviously there's going to be some details that change to the console, but that's the rough idea of how you get to these end islands. Then there's end islands everywhere, and one in every, it's a very rare structure, but eventually you'll find at least one of them per world. You should be able to find yourself an end city. So yeah, this is an end city right here. As you can see, this is a naturally generated structure that contains one, a lot of loot, but two, quite a few risks. So we're doing this entire episode in creative today as opposed to survival, just so we don't have to deal with those risks, but there is a lot of shulkers around these things, which are a brand new mob that, again, I'll show them off at some point in a new feature preview, but they are a brand new mob you'll find in this update. They kind of hide as purple blocks, and, you might just think they're a block, but they are in fact a dangerous mob that can levitate you, and therefore make you take a lot of damage. But yeah, this is the end city right here. As you can see, it's mostly made up of end bricks, and it's mostly made up of purple in all its different forms, as well as a few end rods in there. So yeah, you see these end cities, they're basically like a labyrinth mixed with a naturally generated structure, because yeah, you gotta slowly climb this thing and just kind of work your way around it, and as you do so, one, you face a lot of threats and dangers, because again, it's like, although this is just an easy like little ladder thing, you can see how this very quickly devolves into parkour. So now we're gonna climb from the ladder to up there, which is interesting because it means you actually need parkour skills for the first time in the actual Minecraft game. Not that it's like, true extreme parkour, but you'll see what I mean in a second. But as well as this, I guess I can't get up there, but as well as this, you can see you get to rooms like this where it gets really dangerous, because trying to fight a shulker in here, where, guess what, you fall and you lose most of your health, is pretty darn dangerous. And again, bear in mind, shulkers spawn all over this thing. But let's assume you get to the top of that, you do your whole parkour craziness, you get to the top of the thing, then at the top of most of these things, you're going to find yourself, a set of chests, and those chests contain very valuable loot. So if we look up here, for instance, okay, there's a chest over there. This chest contains a diamond chest plate with 2 enchantments. We've got some iron leggings. We've got an enchanted iron pickaxe, a bunch of gold. As well as that, we've got another diamond chest plate and an iron helmet. So yeah, you get really good enchanted gear, including armor. You also get, gold and iron, but you can also find diamonds on a somewhat regular basis. So let's look over here, for instance. Is there going to be anything over here? No, there's not. But yeah, if you look around the place, you will eventually find yourself quite a lot of really good loot, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. So if we skip over to this one, so as you can see, let's just go up here, climb a whole nother thing, because there's a whole bunch of different rooms you actually do have to navigate in this thing. Again, it reminds me kind of like the tower climbing in games like, I guess most Ubisoft games like Far Cry and stuff. Oh, boom, we've got 7 diamonds in this chest, a diamond sword of fire aspect, a bunch of iron as well, and then an ender chest for some bizarre reason next to it. And yeah, that's the awesome thing about these end cities. They are somewhat tricky to get around, especially because there's shulkers around, but they are perhaps the most rewarding structure they put in the game so far, which I really do find pretty cool. So okay, so as well as this, we can climb to the top of this. Again, I'm just gonna for the sake of easiness, I'm creating a random place just to kind of show you around. Again, each of these challenges will be randomly generated. Your entity is going to have quite a few changes, but in this case, if we go to the top of this one as well, we should be able to find just one more chest, and this chest is going to contain a diamond chest plate again. We've got a lot of those. Another iron sword with mending, one of those super rare enchantments. As well as that, we've got a iron pickaxe with a curse on it, which is a whole other feature from 1.11. You probably won't find those in the console. But yeah, so you explore your end city and you find a bunch of loot, and that's a pretty awesome thing. But some end cities will then, so again, end islands sometimes contain end cities. It's a rare structure, but then those rare structures, or this rare structure, the end city, will then sometimes contain itself an end ship nearby. So the end ship is always going to be some distance away from it, and the way you get to it is always using these little, I don't know what to call them, like a little viewpoint thing. And yeah, there you can see there's an end ship. There's 2 ways to get over there. Well, I guess there's 3 if you have an elytra and you're kind of good with that. But yeah, there's 2 ways to get over there mostly. You can either bridge yourself over, you know, place blocks one by one, or you should be able to most of the time just about throw an end pearl. So this is a very risky move because bear in mind this end pearl goes wrong and it's probably going to land down there and start you all over again. But yeah, if you can throw an end pearl just right, like I'm hoping we just did, so I think we actually did right there, then you'll land yourself on the end ship. And then the end ship, again, it's a familiar challenge because you're going to find shulkers here, so guess what? There's a shulker over there, and there should also be one golden loot. And but the you know, the reason this is so cool is because one, you get a nice view of the entire end island. This is like the highest, one of the highest points you can get to. Apparently, it's not quite as high as that, but yeah, you get a really nice view of the whole place, which you might want to kind of work your way back home or something. But also, the main reason you're coming to the end ships isn't just for the view, although that is nice. It's for the either one, the Ender Dragon head, which you can only find one off per end ship, which is again pretty rare by itself. But as well as the Ender Dragon head, which is very risky to get as it turns out. You also have access to below the ship, where you'll get 2 potions guaranteed. So potion of healing in this case, and potion of healing, and you'll also get access to 2 chests and an elytra in an item frame. So it's always going to be 1 elytra because it does come in an item frame. So let's punch that out. Oh, I guess we have to get our own elytra now. So you get an elytra just like that, and then we're going to have to make our own one, it seems. So grab the elytra. I guess it comes in transportation. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you grab yourself an elytra just like that. But as well as that, you get 2 other chests, both containing pretty good stuff. Again, my 4th diamond chest plate, I think that is. But yeah, the main reason you're probably coming here is for the elytra. So yeah, the reason you get the elytra, and it's pretty awesome, is because once you have this, you can now fly around the end. So yeah, how do you get elytras in Minecraft, and what is the point of this end city, end island stuff? Well, you know, end islands are these things you've got to explore. They're very risky, they're very dangerous, they're covered in endbone. But if you do it, you'll eventually find yourself an end city. Explore the end city, get to the top, fight the shulkers, don't die somehow, and then make your way to the end ship. And then you've got one last challenge, you know, a couple more shulkers to kill, and then you can get yourself the fabled elytra. That's right, this item is that rare, there's that many processes to go through, but once you've done it, you can then fly. So I can do this in creative, you just gotta go like this, but then you can fly around, and then the end is truly your domain. You can take this back to the overworld, and you can explore the way the world works. So yeah, there's 2 things to know of the elytra. One, you usually, I mean, you might be able to if you stack yourself up to the world height. You can't fly back to the main island with this. You do have to find yourself an end gateway, but there's a cool second fact, which is the fact that you can actually fly through the end gateways. You don't need to end pearl through them if you're really good with the elytra, because it's 1 block wide, and 1 block wide spaces can only be reached with either the ender pearl or again with really good elytra piloting. So yeah, that is the guide to the end cities. They're really cool. They contain a lot of loot. They can contain a lot of danger, but also parkour, which I think is cool to be included for the first time in Minecraft console. As well as that, if you look over to here, you're gonna see you know, the end ship, which contains the elytra, a thing that everyone wants. So yeah, this is really a convoluted way to get the elytra, but it's also a way, by the way, I know a lot of people call it the elytra. Apparently elytra is the correct pronunciation, so go me, accidentally guessing that one, right? But yeah, so there's a lot of effort to go through for this, but then you get what most people think is perhaps the most awesome feature in Minecraft, and there's a reason you'll want to do all of this. So yeah, I'm really excited to see this on the console for the first time, because I'm going to be exploring this and doing some crazy stuff. I'll also be doing a race to the elytra, so make sure you check out my channel as soon as the update comes out, and of course, as soon as the update comes out, I'll be making a whole bunch of videos, but until then, I'll see you next week for the next feature preview, which again will be based on whatever you guys want to see. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be the shulker, because again, you might be curious as to why the shulker is so dangerous. I'll be explaining that maybe next week. But for today, I hope you all enjoyed this video, because I'll see you all in the next one. So have a nice day, everyone. I'll see you all with the next update or next week for the shulker, and goodbye.